What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror and Gore Horror Movie Podcast. Of course, it's your host, Dakota here. But last week I mentioned a little bit something at the end of the podcast. If you guys were listening, I said I had some big news coming. We thought in the upcoming weeks. No, we got it fast-tracked, and it's actually this week. So, you're not only going to have one host for this podcast, you actually have two hosts now. So if you guys are watching the video, you see Lyndsey over here. She is going to be our new co-host for the podcast. Don't worry, we'll be having guests on still, like Colby, Ian, and Chuck. They will all still be on. But Lyndsey is going to be here from now on to enjoy the ride for Horror and Gore. But Lyndsey, introduce yourself to the people and where they can find you, and a little bit about your business, because technically you're not in Horror Talk.
Technically, I am a part of Horror Talk now, but
Now,
my name is Lyndsey. I am an artist. I've been crocheting for about 20 years now. How I got introduced into the horror community was last summer. I was setting out to crochet some horror plushies for Halloween or just spooky season in general. And I was doing some cold calling on Instagram, and I stumbled across our friend Colby. And yeah, I became fast friends with him. I met Chuck, I met Ian, met you, and here we are. You can find me at XO Lyndsey on Instagram, TikTok. I'm also on Etsy. But yeah, that's my little spiel, I guess.
and I'll put all the links down below. Definitely go check out her Etsy page. She makes some really good stuff, actually.
Thank you.
As you guys know, we've been doing some TikTok lives. So me, Ian, and Colby Khan mentioned that. First of all, TikTok is still here. It got banned for 12 hours for some reason. Very weird. But we're back on TikTok.
Every night.
Before the band happened, that's how I met Lyndsey. Of course, the homies, as we call each other, me, Ian, and Colby, we're all just doing TikTok lives, like a whole TikTok live together. And Lyndsey popped in. Colby's like, "Get her in here." We got her in there, and we all homies now. But I want to call this this episode's gonna be a little different, guys. It's gonna be called the Reboot episode. So, how you guys always, as horror fans, we think of horror movies. There's so many of them. I kind of think of this as the Jason episode, because Jason had his 10 original movies. Then for his 11th, he got the remake Reboot. So that's why I think we kind of are. We're just like the Friday the 13th franchise right now.
Perfect.
I had 10 episodes by myself, of course, some by myself, some with guests. Then the 11th is new movie in the series, and we're rebooting this whole thing with Lyndsey.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, I am happy for you to be here. I know everyone is, because there's a lot of people that stop in the TikTok lives that I know is going to be listening to this episode right now.
We've been having a lot of fun over there.
Yes, if you guys haven't checked out the TikTok lives, I host them every night. I'm trying to cut them down to like the days I'm off, because of course I'm working.
But we don't let him.
Yeah. One night I was like, to be honest, I think, what night was it? It was the first night I was back from going to work. That was going to Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go sleep around 2 o'clock. I watched some videos on YouTube. And I'm going to go to sleep. Because I already told Lyndsey, I'm like, she texted me earlier on Messenger on there. And I'm like, I'm not going to do any TikTok lives. I'm going to probably wait till when I'm off on Saturday night. My ass stumbled into her live with Ian. Her and Ian's like, "Get up in here." I got up in there. I didn't go to bed till like 2 hours before I was supposed to get up for work.
Yep.
It's been like that every night.
Everyone kind of pooped out on us. It was just me and Ian for a minute, and then we finally talked you into it. So Yeah, like he said, we've been having a lot of fun, and we would love to have you join us. So check it out sometime.
But this episode today, we're just going to break down like horror knowledge. So we have found out a lot, especially about me. You guys have for the past 2 weeks. I have not watched a lot of horror movies, but I found something else also. Lyndsey has not watched a lot of horror movies also.
Let me show the
So,
shirt.
so that's gonna be our slogan from now on. I haven't seen it, so we're going to get right into it. But before that, let's get into what I normally do on this episode. So, what I normally do, Lyndsey, is we're going to go through what movies we have watched this week, and if we got any horror movie news, we can mention about it. So let's get right into it. What have you watched this week, Lyndsey?
Well, this week I watched Hereditary. I watched the first two Terrifier movies, and I watched Circus of the Dead. Three of those movies I swore I would never watch, so here we are.
Three
I'm
of
in
those
it
movies
now.
I have seen. If you guys are wondering, I've seen all the ones with the clowns. I tell everybody, Lyndsey, what was your thoughts on Terrifier 1 and 2?
Okay, I want to start by saying I grew up loving old school movie monsters. Boris Karloff as Frankenstein's monster, Bride of Frankenstein, werewolves, Dracula. I love a ghost story. I love to be creeped out. I'm not a blood, guts, and gore kind of girl. So that's never been my thing. Colby knew this from the get go, and he always said, eventually I'm going to get you to watch the Terrifier movies. So yeah, the other night I just finally gave in, and it's still not my cup of tea. I respect it. I respect all of you for loving it. I'm gonna watch the third one because I'm a trooper, but yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to my ghost stories. Oh, and I watched The Blackwell Ghost today.
I did see that on your letterbox. So I'm gonna talk to Chloe. We might send you a couple of books. It might be a Terrifier 3 watch night tonight. With all of us though.
A watch
I
party.
def- yeah, I definitely need to rewatch it. I love that movie so much. Guys, if you haven't yet, go check out the episode of me and Ian. We broke it down, all that movie. Um, so what I have watched this week, I watched 3 horror movies, 1 regular movie, and these are all first time watches for me. So first of all, I didn't finish the Final Destination franchise yet. I'm gonna try to finish those this week because I'm thinking Warner Brothers might drop a trailer for Bloodlines very soon. So I kind of want to get those in. But I saw The Devil. I watched that. That movie fucked me up. I mean, really bad. Really good though. Lindsay, it's not one I would recommend to you
I've heard that.
because she's more into the, and like we will explain it later on. She will, because we're going to be talking more about like what type of movies and stuff we like in the horror genre. But she likes more like the paranormal, like the scary side of it. So, of course, if you guys have I Saw the Devil, it's brutal. It's very violent. The rated R cut is. I haven't seen the extended version. There's an extended version of it, which kind of worries me a little bit. Like, what is in that extended version they couldn't show on the theatrical cut? But then I watched The Nice Guys with Ryan Reynolds and Russell Crowe. Great comedy. I really enjoyed that movie. Then I watched Texas Chainsaw 3D, which, to be honest, that's a very underrated for a Texas Chainsaw movie. You could definitely tell right now if you don't have like a 3D player or a 3D TV, there's a lot of 3D gimmicks that was in that movie, like the title card and everything. Then my last movie I watched, which I finally finished off the Scream franchise. For right now, we're not. I don't know what we're going to do with number 7 when it comes out, but that's another time for another day. But I finally watched Scream 4. I really enjoyed Scream 4. Is it up there? I would say right now it's my 4th best Scream movie in the franchise.
So 4 out of 4.
So I would just rank them right now. So one or two is like I could flip flop any day. One Scream 6, two Scream, three is Scream 2, four is Scream 4, five is Scream 5, and six is Scream 3. I like them all, but three is like it's like the letdown. So wait, which ones have you seen, Lyndsey? Have you only seen parts of the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I watched parts of the first one in high school, like with friends, but I don't think I've ever like sat down and watched them. I haven't seen it.
Okay. That's a really good franchise. Because it's I'm thinking my horror movie franchises right now. That's like the fourth. It's still the fourth. Like I watched all of them, but it's still the fourth. I thought maybe four pop it up into that third spot, but I think it's
Hmm.
still my four because one, two, and three. I just love all those movies with those franchises. But let's get into some horror movie news this week. I'm gonna pull up the Bloody Disgusting page real quick, but there's some things I've just thought of. First off, we got Sundance going right now. So Deb Patel's new movie, I think it's The Rabbit Trap, is screening there right now, which I don't know if it's picked up by anybody. So if it is, great. If it's not, somebody needs to pick it up. But then the other film festival that I want to talk about is one that a lot of our friends are going to, and that's South by Southwest. So they released the lineup, and one of the movies that they have put on there, which Lyndsey, if you haven't read the book for this, definitely read it, is Clown in the Cornfield.
Okay.
That book, I read that book when the hurricane hit where I lived.
Hmm.
Great book. You know how you say you don't like to watch violence? A lot of violence. It explains into it, but
I can do it in book form. I love to read, so yeah, that would be something that I would be interested in.
so for like, if it can go as hard as the book can with some of the stuff, I'm thinking, holy crap, because the detail Adam Caesar puts into that book is absolutely outstanding
I'll
with
have to
what he
check it out.
does. Um, if you like the first one, I can read the other two, but there's three.
Hmm. Okay.
But he wants to make a fourth book, but with a different protagonist. So the first three is about one protagonist. I think he wants to go with the fourth one with a different protagonist, which is going to be very interesting. But let's pull up Bloody Disgusting real quick, which that's the best movie news site if you guys want your horror movie news. Um oh yeah, I just saw this. Toxic Avenger. Have you seen the originals, Lyndsey?
No.
So I haven't either. But I remember this remake being released at Fantastic Fest, and our friend Seth saw it back in 2023 when it was released there. And Legendary had the rights to it. I don't know if they still do or they just like shopped them away, but for the longest time they said this movie was not releasable of how violent it is. And
Wow.
like the teaser trailer they show, like it's pretty violent. Because I remember the teaser trailer and I rewatched it the other day because this news dropped. But Cineverse, who makes the Terrifier franchise, and who's going to be, I think, it's releasing the new Screamboat Willie movie, is going to be releasing this movie. They're going to be releasing a worldwide release like Terrifier 3, unrated. So it's another unrated worldwide release by Cineverse, which very hyped about because this is their second movie in 2 years. And can it make Terrifier numbers? That's the question I have. Because a lot of people love the first one. And this is a remake. And like Terrifier, they made, I think, $86 million at the box office. And that's just a franchise with its third entry in this franchise. But this is a like I said, this is a remake. People know about it, and this cast is absolutely stacked. You got Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood. There was another one. Jacob Tremblay. So if you guys don't know who Jacob Tremblay is, um, the little baseball boy from Doctor Sleep. Or if you guys watch any other movies, I'm trying to think of a current movie. He plays Sebastian in the live action Little Mermaid and Good Boys, the comedy, raunchy comedy that came out in 2019. He's one of those boys in it. So he's in this. You could definitely tell that this movie was shot a couple years ago because he's not that young anymore. He's about a grown adult now. But this movie actually looks pretty good. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully my theater can get it because they did get Terrifier 3. So before then, I'm definitely going to try to watch all those Toxic Avengers movies because I heard they're actually not only like violent, but they're funny. Like they're like a really good horror comedy. So I'm excited for that. But speaking of Cineverse and Screamboat and all of them, Screamboat got a first look picture at let me pull this up and see if I could show you guys real quick this. Because I think you guys would actually like this if you guys are looking at the video version. Um because we just got our first look at David Howard Thornton as Screamboat Willie,
Yes.
which
He looks
Lindsay,
very
have you?
crochetable.
Okay, you have seen the picture of it.
Yes, Ian shared it and I saw it, and my first reaction was he's very crochetable. I can totally make a plushie of that.
Okay, and there's also more news along with this, which I'm kind of excited for, and I know why they did it because I talked to certain people that we know from the podcast. So let me pull this up, share screen. Um, I think yeah, it's this one. So I think it should be here. Let's see.
There we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, it's
There he
there.
is.
There we go. This is our first look at David Howard Thornton as Screamboat Willie. Which one? It's David Howard Thornton, which I absolutely love. I love him as Art and as the main one in the Grinch movie, which a lot of people don't like. I love that movie. But this is practical effects, and they've really done really good because if you guys have seen like these other rip-off, like this, I would not say is a rip-off because they're actually kind of going with the lore very well of Steamboat Willie. If you look right here, the design is perfect. Um, that's actually like real like fur and fuzz on him, which is pretty interesting. You kind of can tell that it's David Howard Thornton under there a little bit, but instead of like a mask like some of these movies have had, they're going actually practical. I really love it, and I've been hearing that not only this is pretty violent, kind of like maybe the Terrifier movies, it's funny. There's a lot of comedic jokes in this. I don't know if he talks, but he makes like certain noises, like kind of like a kind of like what Mickey does, kind of like little laughs and stuff. Um, if he talked though in this, that would be awesome. But along with being that, the release date for it has changed. It was supposed to be released this past Friday for a limited release, and they pulled this off the shelf. One, there was no marketing for it, and two, they made a bigger. I think it's still limited, but they put in more theaters for this. So I'm really excited about that because I'm hoping it's a more limited if it has a wide release. Because of course, like it's under, I think they're under Cineverse. So if you got two Cineverse movies, because this is around the time when Cineverse picked up Toxic Avenger. So I'm wondering if they're thinking, let's just start doing wide releases. You got the name of David Howard Thornton. Let's put a picture out there. Let's get this marketing up, and people will probably go into this movie and think, actually, this probably is going to be a good movie. Except going in there, seeing the poster, seeing the little teaser trailer like we did before we saw Terrifier 3, and we actually have some good ground to get people because there's another movie released by them. I don't know Simverse, but it's by Fuzz and the Lens, Michael and Jason Levy, which that was a limited release. But after it was released, I watched it. Everyone has watched it. It's so good, and their production team is also with this. And I think they wanted to jump ahead on the book and try to get more people in the seats for this because I think they want the word out that this is going to be a great movie. And I think there's supposed to be a sequel. So why not get your extra money to make a bigger sequel that you want? What do you think about this, Lyndsey?
Well, I think he looks really cool, and I can't wait to crochet it. um, yeah. I don't know if the movie in general will be my cup of tea, but I'm sure I'll watch it with you guys.
So you have seen Terrifier 1 and 2 now. You know what David Howard Thornton does as art. Do you think
Yes,
he can perform a good Steamboat Willie?
I do. I think that it's going to be a fun movie, uh, and it's probably going to be pretty brutal.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Because the last two movies that they have done, especially with Fuzz on the Lens, they have
Hmm.
done everything brutal. Like Stream, it's not as brutal as Terrifier, but it's brutal. And of course, Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 is all. You guys know what
Right.
Terrifier 1 through 3 is. But our next one I know of is we got our not our first look, but they just completed the score on Final Destination Bloodlines, which we're one step closer to getting that not only trailer, but we are in my head right now. I'm thinking we are 103 days away from this movie coming out in theaters, and we haven't heard nothing about it except that John Watts is writing it. Tony Todd, rest in peace to him. This is going to be his final role as Bloodworth. He's coming back, which I'm hoping he gets more screen time um, for a story because I don't know if this is going to be the final one or not. Which if they make a lot of money, probably won't be the last one. But besides that, just excited for the movie. I'm not going to show it off right now because I don't know if it should be going out there or if they just wanted to post it for like people on social media.
Mm.
But it's actually good. It gives that first. It kind of gives that feeling of like the originals, like the first couple, especially the first one. But Lizzie, have you seen any of the Final Destination movies?
I've seen the first three.
Did you like them?
I did.
Okay.
Have you?
Um, what?
You still haven't seen the third one, right?
I've seen 3, 4, and 5. I've seen the
Three,
first two.
four.
Oh, the first two are really good. First one's the best though. I gave that 5 out of 5. I think that is like Terra is best. Um, then um, Lindsay, do you like vampire movies?
Yes, I do.
So we just got some news like hour, 2 hours ago of it's a minute clip of Sinners, the new Michael B. Jordan movie with Ryan Coogler, his vampire movie set during the Jim Crow era. Um, I seen the clip because I heard that there was no like spoilers and stuff in it, which I kind of lean towards of why I think I know who's going to be the vampires now, which pretty interesting take from Ryan Coogler. Um, am I going to be watching this trailer when it was released? Because of course the trailer is going to be released this Tuesday. Am I going to be watching? No, because Warner Brothers did mess up the companion trailer by showing what the main plot of that movie was. And I think I don't want to know what these vampires look like because I think Warner Brothers is going to screw up and put them in this trailer.
Mm.
Are you excited for this movie, Lyndsey?
I am. I'm personally not a fan of movie trailers in general because I feel like I can figure stuff out too easily sometimes. So, like you said, I don't know that I'll be watching the trailer, but I am excited about the movie.
Have you watched any of I know this is his first horror movie, but have you seen any of other Ryan Coogler's movies?
Maybe. I don't know.
So, Fruitvale Station, Creed 1, and Black Panther 1 and 2.
Yes, then I have.
Okay.
I've seen
I
Creed.
like him as a filmmaker. Oh, I need to see the first Creed. I've seen both his Black Panthers movies. I really
Hmm.
like both his Black Panther movies. Very well. Really good. Looking like set pieces. He knows how to write a story and stuff. And from the first teaser trailer, it shows like he knows what he's doing with this movie. And like this cast is stacked. It's got two people as far as I know, but there might be some more show up and we don't know. We got Michael B. Jordan, and then we got Haley Steinfeld, which I've always thought this brought up the other day. So there's two twins in this, and it's both by Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Everyone thought of this, and I kind of thought of this before Jonathan Majors went on his trial for the allegations he was brought up for. I think Ryan Coogler wanted him and Michael B. Jordan in this movie as brothers,
Oh,
and
okay.
since when the allegations came up, which the result is like none of those allegations were true, and kind of this man's whole career is messed up now. Um, I think that's what the intentions was to have him and Jonathan Majors in this, which would be very interesting because I like their
Yeah.
chemistry in Creed 3. But I think that's about it. If I could find anything else for movie news, um, of course we got the Gorge. There's gonna be some early showings, um, which I'm excited for that. Oh, Scary Movie 6 got a release date.
Oh,
Did you know about this?
I didn't. What's the release date?
June 12th, 2026.
Okay. So next summer?
Have you seen the others?
The other what?
Scary
Scream?
movies. No,
Scary
Scary Movie.
movies? Oh,
Yeah,
I maybe the first one,
I think I've
but
seen
no, I
parts
haven't
of a
seen it.
couple, but I think they're not my cup of tea for some reason. I
Yeah.
think I just don't like spoof movies.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of when I did watch it, it wasn't I didn't really like it, so I didn't see the others.
So that's getting release date, which is pretty interesting to see what they're going to do. I don't know if I said this, but we got a monkey trailer, new trailer for the movie, which I'm excited for that. Um, and besides like the gorge and stuff, and like, oh no, never mind, I got a new one. Oh, I can't believe this. This is the last piece of news. We're ending on news with this. Um, Nosferatu director Robert Eggers, after coming off the success of Nosferatu, earning $166 million at the box office, by the way, for Nosferatu, which is very good for Robert
Hmm.
Eggers. He has a new movie coming up, and it's going to be a werewolf type of gothic movie,
Yes.
kind of like so. Set like they're in Nosferatu,
Hmm.
just put werewolves, and he's going to go true with this. This is going to be set in the 13th century, and he's going to use the dialogue from the 13th century in this movie. Which, first of all, That's why I give not Ryan Coogler. I give Robert Eggers props because not only in Nosferatu, but in The Witch, he uses Old English in that, and runs very well. And this is thing. If you guys are wondering when this is going to be released, it's going to be released on Christmas of 2026. But Lyndsey, how do you feel about this?
About the werewolf movie?
Yeah.
I think I'm excited about it. I love a movie with a monster in it, or like a, just something that's not real, being the main focus. So I'm excited. I don't know much about it past that. Haven't read much about it.
That's all we know. That's all everybody
That's all
knows.
you know? Okay.
The one thing I hope they do is have a great design because Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu and Count Orlok
Hmm.
was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So hopefully
I
he
think
can
it'll be
do
great.
that. But that is it for movie news this week. Let's get right into our episode. So we're just going to be talking about horror movies that we like. Because me and Lyndsey are two different sides of the landscape of horror. Um, she likes some other stuff I don't. But where this is her first episode on here, I'm gonna let her go first. Lyndsey, tell everybody like what type of horror movies are you like, and like what's your favorite horror movies around that type of genre?
Okay. As I mentioned before, I really love movie monsters. I grew up really loving Frankenstein. Like that is probably just in general my favorite character of all time. Is just Frankenstein's monster and Boris Karloff as Frankenstein. Like there's just nothing more iconic than that to me. Also, 1931, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That was one of my comfort movies throughout my teenage years. I truly was a weird girl, having that kind of movie as my comfort movie. But yeah, I love movie monsters. I love The Shining. I grew up watching that with my grandma. She loved scary movies. The Exorcist, I'm a big fan of. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of new movies because when I crochet, I can't look up a lot. I watch a lot of documentaries. I read a lot of true crime books and listen to audiobooks. So yeah, serial killer documentaries, audiobooks, that kind of stuff. That's my jam. That's what I'm into.
Okay. So as you guys kind of know a little bit, I like more of the slasher type of movies, the um the really violent kind of movies. But at first, I was never into that. But then these past couple months since I met everybody, I kind of got more to like that type of genre. Like I always like slashers, but the more like ramped up like
Mhm.
movies. That's what I got into recently, and like Terrifier and like Stream and all that. And I really like those movies. So it's slashers. I begin more to found footage. Found footage is like my second favorite horror movie genre now. Like you got the Blair Witch Project, which I love the Blair Witch Project. VHS Beyond that was just released on Shudder, really good. The Taking of Deborah Logan, another great movie. Um, Speaking of found footage, I forgot about mentioning this. Um, our great friend Colby Does Horror just got, as you guys know, guys have heard it in some of his episodes. If you guys listen to about not only this one but his podcast with Ian, the House of Ghouls podcast, definitely go check them out if you guys haven't yet. But he just got done filming a part for a found footage horror movie called The Willowbrook Tapes, which if you guys haven't, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram. I think they might have be on Facebook. I'm not sure. Definitely go check out their pages. This movie actually looks pretty good, and what happens to Colby in that movie, pretty brutal. Like I mean, like terrified brutal.
We're
If you want to
so
go up there with that.
excited.
Um, we're so excited. We're proud of Colby.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
he earned this opportunity to be in a horror movie like this, and I can't wait to see this movie. No matter
Mhm.
if it's like a limited release, if it goes straight to VOD or whatever they do with it, I'm gonna be on board to watch it day one.
Same. We all will.
So so that is another found footage movie that's kind of like on the radar a little bit. Um, but before I go into mine, I just thought of something else, Lindsay. Um, you talked about like your type of movies. What is
Mhm.
some upcoming movies that you know of this year in your type of genres that you like that you're looking forward to?
Honestly, I don't know that I'm looking forward to any. If I'm being honest with you, like I don't know of any like really haunted, creepy movies coming up, but luckily I have a lot of movie people in my life now that you guys can all keep me up to date with that. I'm new here.
True. And we're going to help you out. We are definitely
Yes.
going to help you out. Everyone in the community is. Um, so like slashers wise, there's a lot of slashers. Um, I kind of went over some of them with Chuck on our episode. Um,
Mhm.
but Thanksgiving 2, which first of all, I'm glad I have this right beside me. Love this movie right here. Love this movie so much. Number 2 is coming out this year. Screamboat is another slasher that I'm looking forward to. Um, I'm thinking of some Hard Eyes. We're getting Hard Eyes in like 13 days from now. I'm so excited for that one for I don't know why, but it looks brutal. It looks like On Board and Devin Sawa is going to be in with Jordania Brewster. So two people that have been in horror movies, and Mason Gooden, which he plays Chad in Scream 5 and 6, if you guys know. And also Olivia Holt, I think she has played some horror movies also. So really good cast for this. And it looks brutal. It looks like right up my alley. And then we got Final Destination Bloodlines,
Yep.
which we had a discussion. Like I consider a slasher, but it's kind of like not a slasher. It's kind of like a paranormal, like entity type of movie. But
Yeah,
I'm really
I would
excited for
agree.
that. Vampires. The only vampire movie I know of is Sinners, and Sinners looks like it's going to be a blast. So I'm really excited for that. But besides that, I'm thinking we of course we got the Black Phone 2, which I love the Black Phone. Have you seen the Black Phone?
I haven't. I haven't seen it.
It's a good movie. It's like it has like one or two violent scenes in it, but it's like more of a kind of like a crime thriller horror movie.
Okay. I'd
And
be into it.
it's have you seen Sinister?
Yes. I think
It,
so.
the director of Sinister makes the Black
Mhm.
Phone.
Okay.
So if you like Sinister, you're going to like the Black Phone. Um,
Okay.
of course, he's got number 2 coming out. He's got one that's released on Valentine's Day called The Gorge with Miles Teller and Anya Taylor Joy, which it's like a monster feature. It kind of looks like, which I think you would enjoy that one, Lindsay.
Okay. I'll have to look into it.
Um,
Sinister, does that have Ethan Hawke in it?
yeah.
Okay, I've seen it.
So him and Ethan Hawke are in um the Black Phone also.
Oh, okay.
Ethan Hawke plays the bad guy in the Black Phone.
Nice. I'll have to check it out.
So definitely a great movie. Then we got Megan 2.0, which I'm really excited for. I like the first Megan. They're but like everyone said, we're kind of getting rid of this AI generated like dolls, evil dolls.
Hmm.
But I like the first one, and I'm excited for this one. I know what you did last summer's getting a reboot or like a reboot sequel, kind of like Halloween and Texas Chainsaw 2022 on Netflix did. So I'm looking forward to that. There's one that might be right up your alley, and that is The Conjuring 3. No,
Ooh.
Conjuring 4. Last Rites. Um, I think Presence that's just came out. I think that might be up your alley.
Okay.
It's like Ghost. Um, I'm trying to think of some other movies that could be right up your alley. Um, that's the thing though. They're not making a lot of ghost movies anymore. It's more of a. It's like during like the early 2000 teens, they made all the ghost movies, and now it's like slashers are coming back, and they're making more of the slasher movies now.
Yeah.
But my biggest question is with you watching some horror movies, and
Hmm.
you just now get into like the horror talk and knowing us horror talk creators.
Hmm.
How did you get into horror?
How did I get into horror? Originally, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up, and my grandma loved scary movies. She was terrified by them, but she loved to watch them. And I was probably 13-ish, and I was spending the night over there, and she was watching The Exorcist, and she was like, you probably won't want to watch this. And I really didn't, but I did, and I loved it. And that was really my first scary movie that I remember. And then from there, I watched The Shining and a lot of others. But that's how I got started into liking movies, I guess. But how I got introduced into the horror talk community was through just cold calling on Instagram. I found Colby. He welcomed me with arms wide open, and yeah, he's one of my best friends, favorite people. I became friends with Chuck, and yeah, I'm a part of it now, I guess. I'm claiming all
Oh
of you
yes, you
now.
are.
And
um,
and I will say I have never felt more welcomed, loved, supported. You all have been so supportive of my art, and that just means the world to me because, like, I've put my absolute heart into this, making it, getting my business off the ground and starting all of this, and like to have a group of people that are rallying around me, like I get emotional about it every single day. I'm just really thankful for all of you. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy you're here. I'm happy to be a part of this.
so my next thing is, do you have any that's already made that you could show off to the people?
I mean, I have little Count Orlok here. Behind me, I have a girly ghoul and potion bottle. And then I have my little, these are my favorites, Frankenstein and the Bride. Should I show him Papa Corn?
Do it. Just show popcorn.
Okay,
Just show popcorn. Let's go.
Papa Corn doesn't have arms
He's
yet,
not.
but here he is.
Oh, Billy
Censored.
Pun, if you listen to this, if you got an idea, just cut Popcorn's arms off in Circus of the Dead too.
There
And
you go.
Lindsay's
I'm
got
already
your
done. So
plus
yeah.
you're out there for you. Um, which she also makes Sam. Have you finished your
Yes.
Sam yet?
No, I have him right here too. He doesn't have arms either. But yeah, these are my 18-inch plushies. I make several different characters, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. This is actually when I first got started. Colby was like, "You should make Sam. You should make Art the Clown." He just started giving me all these ideas that I never would have really like ventured into. He's been the best. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
So with the plushies and stuff, like I said before, you guys can find this on our Etsy page. Um,
Hmm.
if you guys want some Pacific that's not on our Etsy page, just of course message her through her Instagram or um
TikTok.
TikTok, and she will make it for you. Because I got a special request in, which I ain't going to
You
show
do?
that off on the page when it's ready.
Yeah.
Um, which it's gonna be very exciting because it's for a horror movie that comes out in a couple coming weeks. I don't want to tell the people what it is, but I think it's gonna be very good.
It's gonna be cool.
Um, but I think that is about it for this week's episode. But I want to end it off with one thing, a little thing that I want to start each week
Okay.
from our slogan that I haven't seen it yet, or now we haven't seen yet. I want us to not give each other, think of 10 movies, watch them
Okay.
during the whole week so we could get them done by the next episode.
Okay.
So, Lindsay, what is your 10 movies that you're going to try to watch all this week
10's a lot.
for
Okay, I want to finish the rest of the Blackwell Ghost. I think, are there 3 of those?
There, you got 7 right there. There's 8 of
7?
those. Yeah,
Okay,
you
well
got
then
7 more.
there's the 7, and then I'm gonna watch Terrifier 3. Um, because my friends are bullying me into it, not because I want
Terrifier
to.
3 is so good.
I feel like they won't think I'm cool anymore unless I watch it. What else? I really want to watch Wild Robot. I know that's not a horror movie, but our friend Nick watched it and Colby has watched it. They said it was good, so I want to watch that. Was that 9 or
You
10?
go. You got one more.
Okay, let's watch. I'm gonna watch Scream, the first one. I have a ghost face to
Oh,
finish, so
oh
yeah.
heck yeah. So for me, I am going to do FD 3 through 5. So that's 3 right there.
Okay.
Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. Let me look real quick. Um, that's 3, right?
Mm-mm. 4.
4. Ooh. Um. Okay, I take them all back. I know I'm doing. I'm watching the Blackwell Ghost. I'm watching the Blackwell Ghost 1 through 8.
Okay, I will say I watched the first one years ago, like, and I didn't remember until I watched it today. So good. Like, it's really good. You should watch it. And
So
I
1
know
through
that,
8.
yeah.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying that, like, I know it's already been suggested to you, I believe, by the movie guy himself, but yeah, I agree. Watch it.
So I'm gonna watch that. Um, let's see. Let's find some other two because I know why the Final Destination is in because that will be over 10. And I'm definitely gonna try to get those in if I can get these 10 in. So let's do. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna try to see Companion this week.
Okay.
Um, that's gonna be the wild card. I'm gonna put that as wild card just in case if I don't see it, because of course you can only watch it in theaters. So I'm gonna watch.
I have an idea for you.
Let's do the Invisible Man. Leo knows the Invisible Man, which I own that one, and I am going to do A24 movie that was just released last year that everyone has seen, and that is Heretic.
Okay.
So that is my team: Blackwell Ghost 1 through 8, The Invisible Man, and Heretic.
Sounds like a
And
plan.
and Lyndsey says she's got Blackwell Ghost 2 through 8, Scream, Terrifier 3, and what was your other one?
The Wild
The Wild
Robot.
Robot. But guys, I think that is it for this week's episode. Um, Lyndsey, thank you for being here. Let's go.
Let's go.
Um,
Let's do this.
it's just starting. Um, you guys are going to be start getting weekly episodes. I've been trying to get onto this, and we are going to start doing weekly episodes.
Yes, we are.
Um, I don't know if we're going to do review episodes separately or if we could do them on the regular episodes. We will figure that out once we get to that down that road, though. But guys, if you guys are listening to this, um, and first time here, hit that follow button if you guys want to stay with us. Give us 5 stars, and if you guys are watching the video version, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay here and keep up with the podcast episodes, and turn on the bell for notification when the episodes go live. It will tell you when the episodes go live or when I post highlights of the podcast episodes. But guys, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next week.